25 years after a 13-year-old boy was shot and killed in Colorado Springs, his mother is still pushing for justice.
The boy's killers are still on the run. KRDO News Channel 13 senior reporter Sydney Schofield joins us live with a look at this Colorado Cold Cases special report.
Jennifer Romero rarely talks about her own family's case, spending the last 25 years helping other families grieve. But tonight she opens up about how she believes her son was caught in the crossfire with so much life left to live.
My Gino is, God, you know, I truly kind of believe that he was kind of an angel on earth because he had a personality that wouldn't quit.
At just 13 years old, Gino Romero had already made more of an impact than some make in a lifetime.
He was something else. He was loving, and I know everybody says that, but he really was.
He had a special bond with his mom, too.
Gino loved me unconditionally.
On May 24th, 1997, Gino got in a car with some of his friends.
They're joyriding, thinking they're really hot stuff, riding around in this lowrider car.
4 boys trying to have a little fun on a Saturday night. Jennifer thinks they were looking for a party. Gino wasn't supposed to be out so late.
2 of them were like 17, and then Gino and another boy were 13 years old, and they were in the back seat. They had borrowed the car. This other guy who owned the car earlier that day got into an altercation. I guess there was gunfire or something between them. Well, instead of putting away the car or whatever, he let these kids go out in the car.
Later that night, investigators believe those men from the fight came across the car involved.
And instead of even looking to see who is in the car or if who they're looking for is in the car, they sprayed it with bullets. They just sprayed. Gino went down like this to hide from the bullets, and when he went down like that, a bullet went through the trunk into his head, and that's what got him.
Law enforcement thinks Gino was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
You know, he was an innocent. He was a child that had so much ahead of him.
Jennifer held candlelight vigils and begged investigators to find the men behind his death. 2 years later, finally, an arrest. A man named Juan Candelaria who drove the car before handing it over to Gino's friends.
The driver got convicted. The driver who instigated the whole thing.
But he wasn't the shooter. Later, police issued arrest warrants for 2 men who they believe pulled the trigger that night, ultimately taking Gino's life.
They ran, both of them, and we've never caught them. We've never caught them.
Eventually, law enforcement told Jennifer that the 2 men had died in Mexico and they were closing the case. She believes they're still alive.
In all reality, they got away with it in this life. They really should have paid for it in this life.
Jennifer still prays all these years later that by some miracle, these men may be caught.
Still, after all these years, these killers were not brought to justice, and I feel like that's a shame on me. You know, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I didn't get justice for my baby. I tried so hard.
In the months after Gino's death, she turned her grief into action, helping others whose children were taken, founding a nonprofit called Mommy, Mothers of Murdered Youth. Since then, through social media, Jennifer believes her organization has helped thousands of families deal with the same pain.
I know there's nothing in life that is worse. And there's nothing in life that'll ever be harder. And I tell them all the time.
She's had strangers come to stay with her. She's purchased tombstones for families. She's gone to every candlelight vigil, dedicating 25 years of her life to others.
I think the biggest thing that they need is somebody not only to talk to, not only to listen, but somebody to help them not give up.
the same way she's never given up on Gino and the hope that one day he might finally get justice.
Because he so deserved it. He was great.
Now, former District Attorney Dan May told me today that they now believe one of the men did not die in Mexico like they previously thought, and if either of them ever turn up, police can make an arrest immediately. Reporting from our studio, I'm Sydney Schofield, KRDO News Channel 13.
Let's hope that justice will be served eventually. Sydney,
Absolutely.
thank you.